Hello and welcome to this brief presentation in which we're going to take a tour around the Elluminate interface. And here we've launched our Elluminate live webinar. We've called it Practice Webinar, and you can see there's an awful lot of things on there. But at its simplest, what we have is a whiteboard area. This is this square here. And this is where most of the activity or most of the presentation goes on. I wanted to show you the participant list. You can see at the moment I'm the only participant in this particular session, but if you'd given the link to this particular webinar to others, students for example, they would also be in this list. They would be underneath here. So what access do we have when we look at this? You can see that I've got this is a video camera icon. This allows me to share the applications with students, so I can share Word or PowerPoint or other things with them, share my desktop. Here I can write on the whiteboard, or I can write in the chat box, which I'll show you in a minute, and I've got a microphone, which is actually you're listening to me on that as well. There's also a nice little trick about yes or no. If I go down here, this is a little polling device. Just to show you very quickly, I can go to Tools and then go to Polling, and I can have a variety of multiple choice questions. So I can have up to 5 choices. So I could set a question in here with A, B, C, D, and E, and the participant would click on, let's say, A, and if that was the right answer, and we could get a list of answers up here which we can see as a moderator, and then we can publish them to the whiteboard, but I'll leave that to another session. Down here, if you want to ask about raising your hand, you can hear the little ding, but you can notice there's a hand raising. This is for asking any person who wants to ask questions. So asking questions is important. And how do you ask questions? Well, you ask questions in the chat box down here. So I could say here, for example, hello world, and send that to this room, and I'm the moderator, so it goes hello world. But this is where often the other participants who are here will write, and in writing in there they will actually turn up in this particular they will ask their question in this chat box. This is quite regular. Some do actually have a microphone, and you can set the microphone limits, but for the moment we'll just look at the fact that mostly they put a bit of information in the chat box to ask a question, or in response to a question you ask, they will put questions in, they will put their answers in here. So it's fairly straightforward. There aren't any really difficult things to grasp there. Just to show you hello world again, but if you notice, if I'm writing in that box, it goes yellow. That's one way of knowing that I'm talking through this particular, so that I'm writing in the chat box, and that happens if I've got the microphone on and Elluminate, etc. Okay, so in order to do some speaking using Elluminate, I have to press on Control and F2, and that's this button here, and you can see the microphone now is going up and up because it's indicating that I've already got my microphone set up. So, and again I've got yellow, and I turn it off. You have to, obviously, to speak to your participants as a presenter, you need to use Control and F2, and if you don't want to speak, you just click off. There's also a record button, so I can record just by clicking on record, OK to record, and you can hear the Elluminate recording, and the little tape recorder goes round, and I can pause it. And this is a good way of recording anything that you have. Also, there are icons down here which I'll let you experiment with, but and maybe we'll say a little bit more on those in the next session. But basically, you can load up PowerPoint files or create a new white screen. It's only one of one. Up here there are ways of saving your information or printing it out. You can load in files like multimedia files and the like. You can also have a webcam on. I don't normally advise webcams, but because they take up so much bandwidth. But I'll leave it up to you to have a look at those particular things. Okay, we'll leave it there.